Jesus is my guts. I'm God. Jesus is my past. I'm making this video because I really need to explain something about the series Berserk. Berserk, if you have heard of it. There are 3 films. There's this anime series. I used to have the anime series, and obviously there's the manga comics as well. So several years ago, I purchased the Berserk anime series, which was made in 1997. I saw it. I saw the reviews for it online, and I thought, wow, people really think that's really good. So I thought I'd check it out. And I did. I bought it and I watched it, and I admit it, I enjoyed it. I did. I was fascinated by it. I was drawn to it. But the thing is, it's very evil sorcery, and it's affected me in unbelievable ways. And it's a very long story, what happened to me. So I've already explained this in previous videos, what happened to me with demons and how I got attacked by demons, and how I went on a long walk one day, a 10-mile walk, and I went to the woods, a place called Pigeoning, and I was attacked by demons, and I saw what looked like I guess something like a black-winged angel in the sky. And I saw it was communicating, all these demons effing with me, literally effing me, and trying to screw with my head. Yeah. And this was all at a time when I had the Berserk series. In fact, I remember one day I was at home. I was in Brighton, and I watched Berserk. I watched the first episode again, and I saw when he guts, he slays that serpent-like creature, right? And after that, the day after that, I found a dead. Was it the day after? I think it was. It was the day after I found a dead pigeon in my bathroom sink. And I knew I was terrified. I mean, I was bricking it. Being attacked by demons. And this is the thing. I know it's a series that's really, it's very evil sorcery that's being used to attack me. The world wants to kill me again and again and again and again and again. Okay, so what is the brand of sacrifice? Well, I could brand you an evil piece of shit. So I'm the brand. Yeah, so I'm the brand, and I branded you an evil piece of shit that deserves to die and burn in hell. So I am the brand now, okay? You understand how that works? You know what the brand is? You know what a brand is? You have designer brands, you have, like I have a brand of phone, or a brand of computer, or a brand of glasses. Yeah, brand is associated with the word logo or logos. Logos means the word. Yeah, the word. What's that? Who's that? Have you read the Gospel of John? And so guts, yeah. Okay, so guts. See, I am God has guts. That's who I am. And you see, guts, in terms of magic, Jesus is my past. My ass is also my past in terms of magic. It's what's behind me. Yeah? Let me, where's my lighter? So that all these people, they're fascinated by Berserk. And I'm God. I am Berserk. I'm fucking furious and I want to fucking annihilate almost the entire planet. Yeah, that's almost everybody. Isn't it funny how, all these, I watched the, there's the crowd and they all say to Jesus, crucify him, crucify him. Well, you're right, he's going to crucify your ass. That's what he's going to fucking do. That's right. That's what Jesus wants to do to you. He wants to crucify you. He's the one who crucifies you. That's right. See, I am God has guts. Yeah. I mean, isn't that a funny saying? People are like, oh, have you got the guts? Have you got the guts? Everyone has bowels. They have their large intestine, small intestine, their colon. Yeah. I've had ex-girlfriends, I used to F their guts as well, I used to stick it in their guts. Yeah, guts. Yeah, that's where the shit comes out. So, so that scene in Berserk, there's, they call it, the God Hand. Yeah, the God Hand. Yeah, the God Hand. Isn't it strange how Guts gets his hand eaten off? Did you notice that? So Guts gets his hand, and he gets his left arm, he gets cut off, like eaten off, half of his forearm gets cut off, eaten off, strangely. Yeah. So they call the God Hand, right? And so there's the first member of the God Hand, I think his name's Void. Void, what does void mean? If you get divorced from someone, your marriage is declared null and void. So you pretending that you are, what does this all mean? What does it all mean? So Void is the one in Berserk, right? So he's the one who actually brands people with the mark. He has the power to do that. But, what does void actually mean? Okay, so let's look at the definition of void. Okay, well, I'm looking at it, not you, I'm looking at it, but I'll tell you what it fucking says. Yeah, void, adjective, containing no matter, empty. Well, this is the thing, right? What does that really mean? And how is that used by demons? See, the thing is, when I go to a shit, yeah, when I do a big pile of feces, yeah, it comes out my ass, that is me, I empty. Yeah, I am empty. I empty my guts. Yeah, and then there's a big pile of shit. So in that sense, yes, I am void. Yeah. The empty, where no matter, yeah, that's right. Yeah, not occupied, unfilled. The void. Not to mention, I am God, and I am devoid. The world won't give me what belongs to me. The world doesn't want to give me what belongs to me. Completely lacking, devoid, void. Yeah. You see, in the series Berserk, the thing about it is that the idea behind behind receiving that mark, the brand of sacrifice, which is a mark, it's a magic symbol, and that was that's only in it comes from that series. It wasn't so. And the idea behind it is that Well, guts, the reason he has it is because he was betrayed. Okay? So, so the person who receives that mark, that brand of sacrifice, is actually the one who is betrayed by someone who was close to them but decided to cut them off and sacrifice them. Basically, just say, basically, imagine you have a good relationship with someone and just say, you know what, I don't want you. I will sacrifice you for power. I want power, so I'll sacrifice you. I'll get rid of you. And that person who's gotten rid of receives the brand of sacrifice because they've been betrayed. And because they've been betrayed, that means that they're going to hell. They're going to be taken away by the demons. The demons are going to come for them and take them away to hell. So, in that sense, what happened to Jesus then? You see, I was Jesus. I came to this world to tell people the truth. People didn't like the truth, and so they wanted to murder me. They killed me. And I knew that's what they would do, because that's what they fucking did. What did Jesus call the sword? You see what this is, yeah? See how that says Holy Bible? Now you notice, so this is what Jesus would call a sword. Yeah, it's a book. Oh, and it just happens to be black. That's right, black. Oh, here's a black sword. So who's the black swordsman then? Who's that? Could you tell me who that is? You probably couldn't because you're a stupid cunt. Yeah? I brand you, bitch, cunt, asshole. I hope you die. You will die. I hate you. I'm so sick of it. This evil world. I mean, this is the thing, right? Because I used to have a dentist. I used to go to a dentist in Brighton. Her name was, and that's, what was it called? It was called Elmsley Dental Practice. So, you know what an elm tree is, right? So there's a tree, and the tree is always a fascinating thing, isn't it? Yeah, the tree. And obviously L, what does that mean? Oh yeah, that means God. Oh right, yeah. So L and M, well that's magic for butt. Yeah, S is magic for, what can mean sun, because it's connected to it in magic. Oh, and obviously the word sun starts with the letter S. Yeah. Hey, you've seen Superman, he has that big S on his chest. Yeah. S is 19. In tarot, 19 is the sun card. Yeah, did you know that? You probably didn't, because you're stupid. You don't know fucking anything. Of course. But you'll stand there all day saying, crucify him, we don't like him. We're demons, we don't like him, let's kill him. Because you're a demon. So, the brand of sacrifice, it can mean so many different things. It can mean so many different things. I mean, what's a brand? That's the thing. I'm God. I am the brand. I'm the one who brands. Or what, you're going to call me the Logos? And then you're going to be like, yeah, but, designer brands, that's nothing to do with God. No. Calvin Klein or Gucci or Emporio Armani, that's got nothing to do with God, but we'll call that designer brand and designer fashion. Yeah, look at all those rich people in their designer clothes. They must be God or something, huh? You always want to switch it the way you want it. You pick and choose what you like. Because you're a demon. You're dead. So the story about Guts, that's the thing. So he's betrayed, and well, that's the thing. I've been betrayed by this world more than anybody else. So what's this brand of sacrifice thing? The thing is that the world wants to kill me again because I've come back again. Plain and simple. It's not any more complicated than that. Of course, you won't get away with that. Because I'm not going to allow that. It's interesting, isn't it? Because Guts, he doesn't have any... And the thing about Guts, well, this is the thing. I used to have another series, used to be called Ghost in the Shell. And, that would be abbreviated to GITS. Yeah, GITS. Yeah, and they had the series Standalone Complex. Well, I can tell you, yeah, it is the complex standing alone, yeah. So that's the thing, Guts, he's considered the lone, he's like the lone wolf kind of guy. He's the, he's always, well, he has more friends than I do, I can tell you that. He had more friends than that. That's the thing, I don't have any at all. And it's interesting, you see Griffith, he's with his Band of the Hawk. So hawks have good eyesight, right? Obviously, yeah. But that's the thing, demons will be like, yeah, you ain't got good eyesight because you wear glasses. You must be stupid. Yeah, that's how demons play this game. But the thing is that Griffith, the idea is that he's pursuing his dream. Well, this is the thing. I am Griffith in that sense. I am void. I am the God hand. This is my hand. It's God's hand. And this is God's other hand. You see, I got two hands. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh, what's a two? Oh, number two is a poo. Oh, that's right. So, yeah. Yeah, I wipe my arse with my hands. Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, this is what evil sorcery. It's all about trying to take God's power and separate it into different pieces. Yeah, you see, I'm Guts, I'm Griffith, I'm Void, I'm the God Hand, I'm Berserk, I'm all of it. But you evil fucking clowns, you want to write stories where you can take what I am and separate it and give it different labels and different names and mix it with evil ideas so that you can try to appear that you're good, that you're God, that you're great, that you're an angel of light. You see what I'm saying? Probably not. And that's the other thing, obviously, Casca, the character Casca, well, she's a black woman, a tomboy, I suppose you could say, because she's kind of acting like a man, but she's a woman, she's black. And obviously, well, the black swordsman Guts, he gets with her, right? And that's not the fact that she's black is not a mistake. Because, see, Mary, when she came back as Leah Dana Houghton, the one who died in the plane crash on the 25th of August, 2001. She was the Virgin Mary. She's a total whore and a bitch and a lying bitch, and she's gonna burn. Again and again and again and again, forever and ever. Okay? Because she's a bitch. An evil demon bitch. But that's the thing, Griffith, what does he do? He, yeah, so there are all those people who supported him, supposedly. And then there's that, the mark where they all get marked and they all get sacrificed. Yeah, but, what's the story about Jesus then? Right? So Jesus was the sacrificial lamb. Yeah. In it, basically that's, yeah. So Jesus was killed or murdered. Yeah, that's what people did. was Jesus. I knew that's what people would do. And they did it. Yeah, it happened because I mean, that's the thing, right? You know, I'd never had to come back. I never had to come to this world. You know, I never had to show love to anybody. Ever. Did I? I didn't. And I wonder why I ever did. I wonder why. But that's the thing, you know, people were supposed to follow Jesus, right? You know, that is the path of sacrifice, yeah? So what's the story about Griffith then? So Griffith, he sacrifices the Band of the Hawk to achieve his dream, to get to his castle in the sky. Yeah, there's that castle in the sky that Void shows him. It's like, if you want to get there, you're just going to have to, you know, and that's the thing, you know. So Griffith, he basically turns into this, you know, what most people think is a monster. You know, he betrays, or he's willing to sacrifice all those people to achieve his dream. I mean, all it is evil sorcery trying to attack me, God. Yeah, all it is demons trying to steal my story and manipulate it and dissect it and mix it with evil. That's really what it is. It's evil sorcery. You know, I'll tell you something, right? Back when I got attacked by demons, it was the time when I bought a sex toy. Yeah, I've got to be careful what I say, but let's just say they look like 3 steel eggs. Big things, right? They were probably about let's just say they were quite thick. Yeah. And I used it. 2 eggs. Ouch. I'll tell you what, ouch. And you see those went in my guts. Yeah. And then I got attacked by demons. Yeah. Well, that's when I I saw them with my eyes. Because obviously, you know, in the series Berserk, there's the story about, well, you know, Griffith, he has what's called the egg of the king. He has the Behelit or the Behelit. Be he lit. Yeah, you know what lit means, right? So this is a lighter. Yeah, that's lit. Yeah, and I'm gonna light. Oh, look at my screen. It just so be he lit. Yeah. Be he lit. Behelit. Egg of the king. Now, you know what else starts with egg? Oh, yeah. Egypt. Of course, Egypt. Yeah, that's all about bondage. You know, that's all about nothing. You know, not thing. Yeah, the not thing. Yeah, that's right. You see, this is the thing. The crucifix. What's it associated with? Okay, I've read this so many times. Okay, so the book of Revelation, chapter 11, it talks about the 2 witnesses, and it talks about how Jesus was figuratively crucified in Sodom and Egypt. Sodom is associated with anal sex, sodomy. And Egypt is associated with bondage, slavery. The world wants to kill me again and again and again and again and again. You know, that series, the writer Kentaro Miura, who created that manga series, the manga series of Berserk. He started it in 1989. I was born in 1987. You know, he's dead now. He died on May the 6th, 2021. So it's almost been 4 years. Yeah. Yeah, it's the 4th today, apparently. Yeah. The 4th of May, 2025. So he died of a heart problem. And he was in his 50s. Didn't even make it to 60 years old. And even, you know, his name. If you know anything about tarot, as in the magical tarot deck, yeah, what does Ken mean? Oh, you know Barbie and Ken? Oh yeah, Barbie and Ken. Oh, Ken Tarot. Yeah, Ken Tarot. Yeah, another magic name. But you see, this is the thing. I'm God. I'm supposed to return for my bride. But I guess my marriage is null and void. Isn't it? It's null and void. And everybody's dead. So, I mean, this is the thing, right? Because, you know, Void, he's the one. But this is the thing, right? Do you have the Spirit or you don't? You know, that's the thing. The Spirit of Jesus, the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. You know, are you void of any? Are you devoid of the Spirit? You have no Spirit. You're just an empty shell of a piece of garbage. Oh, so you want to be void, do you? That's what you want to do. You want to be the first of the God hand. You want to be branding people for sacrifice, do you? See, the world, all it wants to do is to try to steal my position, my power. And that is not going to happen. Those who... Seriously, I will destroy everybody who even thinks that they can do that. I am not here to forgive you. I'm here to destroy you. Get what I want. Get what I deserve. Get what is mine. I want to take back what you have stolen from me. What you think you can have, which you can't. I will take it back. And you will be destroyed. I brand you for sacrifice, yeah? It's your turn, asshole. You know, that's the weird thing, right? Because, you know, Guts, there's that video, it says, why Christians love Berserk. Well, if you call yourself a Christian and you love Berserk, well, I would beg to differ, really. I mean, why are you watching that? Why are you... Do you know what I mean? I mean, okay, maybe if you've watched it and you see it for what it is, it's evil. It's sorcery. I mean... It is. It's a false Jesus thing. That's what it is. You know, people want to worship the idea of Guts and Griffith and, you know, that idea. You know, oh, what's this brand of sacrifice thing? You know, when people want to go around wearing, getting tattoos of the brand of sacrifice. You know, they want to get it on a chain. You know, when they have their egg of the king, all that shit. Yeah. I mean, and Jesus, they don't want to. You know, Jesus is. They don't even see how that's connected. They don't even see it. They don't care. I mean, God is the brand of sacrifice. God is the one who brands you. You know, God's power. God is the Word. I am the Word. I am God. You're not going to defeat me again. I will defeat you. I'm berserk. Yeah? That's what you wanted. You wanted me to go to berserk? You wanted me to go berserk? That's what I fucking did. I mean, it says here, void. Void refers to something that is empty, lacking contents, or without legal force. Yeah, null is similar. Null talks about lack of legal force. Isn't that interesting? How is that? So God divorces. You know, it's like, you know, God's supposed to, you know, I'm supposed to come back for my bride, but, you know, our marriage is null and void. Oh, I don't have any legal force now. Oh, I'm void. I don't exist. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, is that the game we want to play here? Is it? You see, this is not going to get you anywhere. You're all going to hell. You're going to be destroyed in the lake of fire. And I don't care one bit. All I see are parasites, leeches, scum. I mean, this is the thing, right? Because Griffith, he transforms into that demon, right? He transforms into, and his new name is Femto, right? Femto or Fem2, right? So, this is interesting. You know, people want to say God's a woman, or, you know, they want to say I look, you know, I sound like a woman, or I look like a woman, or I look like I'm 12 years old, or I'm feminine, or whatever the fuck you want. You know, that's what people say. They say all kinds of shit about me. Always kind of trying to brand me with something. Always trying to put labels on me. That's what demons do. Dead demons. You know what? When back then, when the demons attacked me and I saw them, my YouTube channel name was Slay the Dragon. And what's the thing? I am the dragon in a sense. Yeah. I breathe fire. And I slay. That's one way of looking at it. You know, that's the thing. Guts' sword, his big sword, apparently is called the Dragon Slayer. Yeah, how weird. Isn't it interesting? So, I've been reading the comics, and one of the first characters that's in at the beginning of the comics is a fairy. It's like this little naked fairy called Puck. And I don't know if Puck's supposed to be. I mean, people say Puck's a male character, but you know, like it doesn't seem very apparent what it is, but it's called Puck. And if you notice, the word fuck is in the word Puck. Yeah, because you know how to draw an F, don't you? Yeah, capital F. Yeah, and you capital P. Yeah, you notice how similar they are. Yeah, so fuck the fairy or Puck the fairy. You know, he likes guts. Yeah, so fairy likes guts. Where have you seen that before? What's that about, do you think? Yeah. You know, my mom, she used to have a friend called Mark. Yeah, he was about my age. Yeah. And when I was young, she didn't want me as a son. She wanted Mark as a son, basically. That's how she treated me. That's how she treated me and him. She treated him like she loved him like a son. She treated me like garbage to be disposed of. He was gay. I'm not gay. So Mark, yeah, oh, what's a brand? Oh, you know what a trademark is? Oh, you ever heard of that before? No, you never heard of that before? You don't know what a trademark is then, no? Yeah, so, you know, what happened to Guts? Oh, that's right, but, you know, he was traded in, that's right, yeah, someone traded him in for power. And he was branded with the brand of sacrifice, and then all the demons came after him. Yeah, and then he's like, God, leave me alone. And he fights demons with his big sword. The Black Swordsman. Oh, and then you're going to tell me this isn't sorcery. It's not sorcery, is it? Oh, that's total bullshit. Oh, God wants you to just, you know, read comics about Berserk rather than read the Bible. Yeah. You know, Black Sword, yeah, you know, Bible. Old Testament, New Testament, all that stuff, you know. So, you know, the book of Revelation, it talks about the second beast. Yeah, with two horns that speaks like a dragon. That set up an image, so it would set up an image to the first beast who had a wounded head. Right? And the image that was set up, you know, it was set up so, and people would receive a mark, either on their forehead or on their right hand. And if they didn't worship it, they would be killed. They would die. This is what it's all about. It has to do with this Berserk series. That's what it's about. I know because of what happened to me. I know because of how it all happened to me. It's very powerful sorcery. Evil sorcery. But ultimately, I'm in control. I have the power. It's all within my power. Using my power is very difficult. Trying to figure it out is complicated. So, I mean, this is the thing, right? Because, you know, the story about Griffith is that he has that Beelit, or the Beelit, the egg of the king. You know, it protects him. It's what protects him. And so, you know, it gives him power. And it sort of signifies the fact that he's chosen or something, right? And then he loses it. He gets, you know, he's taken into a dungeon and he's tortured and he's and he gets rescued by the Band of the Hawk and Guts, and you know and at the very last moment before the eclipse that happens, so he finds his Behelit, and it comes back to him at his weakest moment, when he's at his absolute weakest, when he was about to kill himself. He wanted to kill himself, and then he found his Behelit in a puddle. And then when he puts it back on, when he holds it, when he takes it back again, that's when all the demons come. And the Band of the Hawk, they get branded with the brand of sacrifice. And they all get killed. Eaten by demons. And then Griffith transforms into Femto. So yeah. So that was the thing I noticed about the 1997 series of Berserk, is that at the end, well, at the very end of the last episode, you basically, I think, you know, that you don't really see the bit where the Skull Knight comes in and he rescues Guts and Casca. But in the films, I noticed that's the case. That you see the Skull Knight, he comes and he rescues Casca and Guts from the God Hand demons. Something like that, right? So what happened to me the day I went on a 10-mile walk, and I ended up in a village called Pigeoning, where I saw demons and I was getting attacked sexually. Well, let's just say I got skull effed, yeah, by a demon. Yeah, Skull Knight. Yeah, Skull Knight. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I mean, these demons have tried to do all sorts of things to me, but that's the thing. I don't stop. I don't stop being good. I'm always good. When I was Jesus, I was good. I was crucified. I'm still God, though. I'm still here. What the fuck you gonna do about it, cunt? Die is what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen to you. Yeah. So, isn't it interesting, you know, so apparently there's this meme on the internet where people are saying, Griffith did nothing wrong. And stuff like that. Well, this is the thing, right? I went to Elmsley dental practice. My dentist used to be called, well, she was my old dentist, and her name was Tammy Griffiths. Tammy Griffiths. So who's Griffith then? Yeah, me. Well, it's part of me. You see, there are millions of characters' names that are trying to be me. So, in essence, they're all me. I have literally the longest list of names you could imagine. Because the world loves to do evil sorcery. See, what the world likes to do, what the world wants to do is take its name and put it on my head and say, that's God's name. Or they like to try to take my name and put it on their head. Yeah. Except they like to take what they like and they leave what they don't like. Yeah, it's all about cherry picking. Yeah. Take the bits you want and leave the bits you don't like. And try to leave me with all the bad shit. While you try to steal all the good stuff. Yeah? Well, that's what the world's been doing. But it's going to end very badly for the world. You see, Griffith, he, you see that, there was that scene where he had sex with Casca. I know, well, you couldn't really, well, you know what it is, right? It's, you rapped her, yeah? Maybe she liked rap music or something, I don't know. But anyway, he rapped her. And, people say stuff like, there's a meme on the internet where people say, Griffith did nothing wrong. And there's a video, I posted it to Facebook, and it's called Griffith Did Nothing Wrong. Well, and this is the thing, I get accused of being lazy, right? So, Griffith did nothing. Does that mean he's lazy? So, Griffith is lazy, wrong. Or Griffith did some binding magic of some kind, maybe did a bit of, bondage sex or something like that. Or, how do you interpret that phrase, Griffith did nothing wrong? Or whatever Griffith did is equated with nothing wrong. There might be people who've done nothing wrong, but Griffith did. Yeah, Griffith did nothing wrong. Or Griffith just didn't do anything at all. Well, what do we, how does the demon interpret all these things? Well, in every way imaginable, yeah. Apart from the true way, of course. Because that's what demons do. Yeah, twist everything to get what they want. Because that's all they want. Demons aren't interested in truth. They're only interested in getting to where they want to go. So they'll just twist everything until they think they can get what they want. But they can't get what they want because I am God and I get what I want. Plain and simple. So, I didn't really want to make this video. I was thinking of a way to do this without making a video. And I'm still wondering, should I even upload this? But I think I probably will. I mean, so that entire thing that happened with the demons at the end of, where the demons eat the band at the hook and Griffith transforms into a demon. What happens during an eclipse? Doesn't it? Yeah, that's when the sun is being blocked. Well, you see, that's the thing. The world is trying to block my light. It's trying to block the sun, the light of the sun. I mean, you can even read in the news. The British are talking about dimming the sun. Bill Gates has talked about blocking out the sun, for, to combat global warming. Yeah. Why is it? Why are these things happening? See, people want to think that climate change is important. I'm God, I'm important. You see, if you try to block out the sun, it's bad news for you. It's very bad news for you. That's the problem. That's what this is all about. Man thinks he can steal God's power. And God, I'm God. I will destroy you for doing that. See, the thing about Guts is that, you know, he's a character. He's strong, physically strong. He's, you know, he has, you know, and that's the thing, he's a brave guy, right? His character, he's supposedly a brave character, right? You know, he's not afraid to walk his path alone. And that's what I've had to walk my path alone. For the last 10 years, I've been going by myself. I don't have any friends. I don't have a family. I don't have anyone I depend on. Nobody. Do people love me? No, they don't. You see, the fact that people don't love me, see the video about Griffith, okay, so, you know, the video, Griffith did nothing wrong, and it basically talks about how his character changed, how, you know, he seemed to be a loving character, you know, he had his band of the Hawk, he cared about his men, but he became very evil, you know, he transformed into a demon, and you know, how did that happen? How did that happen? See, the world like to think that Jesus will just constantly just be sacrificed again and again and again and again and again. That's what the world wants. The world likes to think that Jesus is Jesus. You know, Mr. Perfect, wouldn't do anything wrong ever. He only loves you and would never hate you and would always die for you, for your sins. So you can just be a cunt all your life and never have to change. And Jesus will just take the hit for you. No, that's not how it is. I was Jesus. I'm insulted. I'm offended. I'm pissed off. I'm angry. I hate you. It's your turn to die. Not mine. See, I'm dead in here. And that's justified. I deserve to hate you. God, I don't have to care about you. I don't have to give a shit about you. You fucking piece of shit. I mean, that's the other thing, right? Because, you know, Donald Trump and Alan Sugar, you know, that they had their show, you know, The Apprentice. But they go, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. You know, the brand of sacrifice. Yeah. You know, you want to sack someone? You're fired. Yeah. The brand of sacrifice. Well, the sack thing, right? Sack. Sack is the first part of the word sacrifice, yeah. Lose your job. Yeah, lose your job. I mean, this is the thing, like I explained, the crucifix is associated with sodomy and bondage. So in the series, Guts, he's the one marked with the brand of sacrifice. Well, what is sodomy? It's to do with the guts, the anus, the colon. Yeah, getting buggered in it. Yeah? The mark of sacrifice. It's evil witchcraft. Oh, but it's a comic, it's funny. You want to be a fucking comedian, do you? It's only a joke. It's only a joke. I'm offended. I mean, in a sense, this is the thing as well, because those who have been followers, who call themselves followers of Jesus, they wouldn't recognize me as Jesus. They would think I'm a demon, or I'm the devil, or I'm Satan, or something, right? But this is the thing, right? Because the scene where Griffith, he transforms into that demon, and that band of the Hawk, they get sacrificed so that he can and that transforms, they become his power, so he becomes a powerful demon through them being sacrificed. And obviously the band of the Hawk, they didn't like him becoming that demon. Well, I guess that's kind of true in my situation as well, because, well, I'm God. Yeah, people are going to say I'm evil. People who call themselves Christians, a lot of them are going to point their fingers at me and say, I'm evil, I'm wrong, that what I'm doing is wrong. In their eyes. Yeah, they want to see it that way. They think that what I'm doing is wrong. I'm telling you, what I'm doing is absolutely correct. You don't like it, I don't care. If you don't understand me, you don't get it, it's your funeral. It's your problem. I'm gonna make hundreds of videos for nothing. Just so you could ignore me, mock me, or mimic me, pretend you're me. That's all you want to do, is pretend you're me. You're not me. I'm me. I have guts. Isn't it interesting, so you want to say that God, I mean, that's the thing, the saying of having guts. So, and people want to say shit like Jesus is a pussy, or Jesus is a cuck. Oh, you want to be crucified, do you? You want to be crucified? And you think that would make you a pussy, or a cuck, a loser? You think there's no bravery in being crucified? Coming to a world, telling the world the truth, and the world wanting to murder you, knowing that that's what they're going to do, and allowing that to happen. Jesus said he laid his own life down. Well, yeah, he did. I did. Who was it who betrayed Jesus then, wasn't it? So Judas. Yeah, it was Judas who betrayed Jesus, wasn't it? Yeah. So how was it that Guts got the brand of sacrifice? That's right, he was betrayed by someone. That's right, because someone betrayed him for power. So Judas is the kind of person who would betray Jesus for power and brand Jesus for sacrifice. Yeah? Well, that's the thing, the entire world is trying to do that to me. What does it make you? What does that make you? It's a twisting of words. If you make a sacrifice, that's a good thing. Is that a bad thing? You're supposed, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what Jesus taught you to do. right? Learn how to make sacrifices in your life, not, sacrificing yourself for in the name of love. Loving Jesus, loving God, right? Loving people, giving God the glory. But the fact is, man wants glory for himself, doesn't he? Yeah. Well, I'm God. I'm taking the glory for myself, in one way or another, whatever way I have to, because you see, everyone likes to put stumbling blocks in front of me, and I don't accept that. Anyone standing on the... If you're standing on my train track, you will get splattered. Yeah? My train, yeah, my railway train, my Israelway train, yeah? You want to stand in the way of that and get splattered? Well, that's your choice. Yeah? You stand there, you stupid cunt. Get splattered. I don't care. I'm not stopping for you. Everyone in this life that I've ever known, in the last 37 years of my life, they've all done the same thing to me. Betrayed me for power. And they thought they were going to get away with it. They thought that they could take that power. They won't. So the book of Revelation, it talks about the mark of the beast, right? And it talks about how anyone who worshipped the mark of the beast, would be destroyed, would be killed. And so that's what it is. I look at a world that worships, even people who say that they worship God, they don't worship me. They're worshipping something else. They're worshipping those who have betrayed me. They call them Jesus. They call them God. While branding me for sacrifice again, thinking that they can have me killed again, destroy me again, while pretending that they love me when they don't. I don't know one person in this world I would save. I don't know one. I couldn't tell you their name. See, people were given the easy way to learn that I'm God, right? People were given the nice way, right? People were given options. I guess everybody wants to learn the hard way, don't they? They do. Anyway. So, I mean, that's the thing. When I was at school, when I was a little boy, one of my nicknames, kids used to like to call me, Grunt the Pig. My name's Grant. But obviously, gut is in the word Grunt. And obviously, my surname is Salvin, G.S. You know how to write the word guts, don't you? Yeah. G-U-T-S. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Well, that's the thing, people were told to, sit at the right hand of God, right? Sit at the right hand of God. Well, this is the thing. Berserk it's drawn, it's written, isn't it? It's written words and drawings. Yeah, and it's about guts, it's about Griffith, it's about the God hand. Yeah? So let me say that again. Sit at the right hand of God. You see, Kentaro Miura, who created Berserk, the manga, he was writing about the hand of God. You see how that works? Yeah? Null and void. Oh yeah, null and void. So anal. Yeah, null and void. Anal and void. Anal and void. Yeah. Brandy. Well, there's a spirit for you, isn't there? Yeah. Napoleon brandy. Oh, of course. I used to drink Napoleon brandy. Yeah. Yeah. I remember one time I had chocolate pudding and I used to pour Napoleon. Was it Napoleon? I'm not sure if it was Napoleon brandy. It was definitely brandy though. It tasted nice. Napoleon's a dead man. He's gonna burn in hell. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I want to say for this video. I hate you. I hate the world. I hate everybody. I will destroy everybody. I will get what I want, what is mine. And you're gonna like it or to be destroyed. That is all.